All right. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Arachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, tell us the truth. Honors and salutations to the elect, and to the men that died doing the work of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because they shall arise first. To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son. The Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer, because he come and deliver us to this captivity that we're in. My name is Maka Allah Ben Gab Ben Yasharallah, the Church of Philadelphia camp here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Once again, come back at you with another one. As the title says, will a government shutdown, will a government shutdown bring in civil war in the MOT to the big? All right. And now you remember last year, it wasn't too long ago. We're still in January. So a few months ago, the government shut down. It was the longest shutdown in history, so to speak. Like I said, that was a test run, and this time when they shut it down, I don't believe they're going to bring it back up, man. I mean, it's going to usher in the MOTB, a whole lot of stuff, man. Civil war, people going to go chaos. Like the Spirit says, order out of chaos, man. That's what they want to bring, that new world order, man. But the new world order really is us ruling again, man. The whole planet. That's the new world order, the real new world order. I got this video right here. I'm going to play for you. I got some scriptures.
Seems more than likely that a government shutdown is getting ready to happen. And I'm going to tell you this right now, right here, before any fucking one else. It's going to get chaotic. In the process of that government shutdown being shut down, we practically basically headed into a fucking civil war. All these protesters, all these strikes that's going on, I'm going to say this right now. Stay your ass inside. Don't think about going out. Don't think about getting in the fucking protests. Your ass going to get got.
That's right.
It's going to be fucking hell in Minnesota, if not as it is already. It's already fucking hell. And the last thing you want to do right now is shut down. We head into a whole new world order. And I'm going to say this right now. The mark of the beast is
You don't
coming.
even want to say it.
Oh, yeah. It's coming. Donald Trump just recently said that he will be sending Tom Homan over there to deal with everything that is going over there with the people, ICE, over there in Minnesota. Something that most people don't believe, don't want to hear, don't want to know. We in that end time. We in that time we never thought we would get to see, get to be a part of, and get to witness happen or occur. Not to mention Jaguar Wright just had an interview, and she told us we are living in the end time. And she said the mark of the beast will come from Elon Musk. With everything going on, everything is about to hit the fan, and shit is about to collapse, whether you like it or not. It seems more than likely.
Like you said, right? You got to think about that first government shutdown. Like I said, it was a couple months ago, and they opened back up or whatever. Like I said, as a test run, they still haven't fully recovered financially and all that from that last shutdown. A lot of companies is hurt, man. So what this will bring, if they shut it down again, don't open it back up, it's going to eventually bring a collapse of this place, man. This place is about to crumble from the inside out, and that's the plans of them doing that. So got some scriptures lined up. Now this is going into the Civil War, all right, which is the man mentioned. You got protesters out there. He told you to stay your ass in the house, and the man told you the truth, man. Stay your ass in the house. Don't go out there and try to get, as it tells you in the scriptures, man. When a prudent man foresees evil and hideth himself from it. He hides himself from it, man. All right. So let's get let's hop in the scriptures. Where we at? Isaiah 19. We're going to go to Isaiah 19 and 2 first. This is out of the book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and verse 2. All right, matter of fact, I'm going to start verse 1 in the NLT. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab an NLT first, then I'm going to bring in, I'm going to read it in the KJV. This is Isaiah 19 and 1. I'm starting at verse 1. In the NLT, it says a message about Egypt, which we're talking about right now, this Babylon, Egypt. You know, and this place is known as what? Sodom and Egypt. Egypt for the slavery, because that's where we are. And Sodom for the, you know, that rainbow stuff, that happy stuff they be doing here, you know, and they heavy on that here in Babylon. But anyway, this is Isaiah chapter 19 and 1. It says, this message came to me concerning Egypt. Look, Yahweh Bashim Shah is advancing against Egypt, riding on a swift cloud. Yo, God, that's why you see them like, yo, they had what they're monitoring, just monitoring this the chariot is coming. We believe it's Yahweh Shah's chariot, man. They're coming, they looking like check they're monitoring. That's why you got the what Space Force and all that. The NASA's still looking up there, you know. I'll tell you, man, this is real right here. All right, it says, look, Yahweh Shemiah Shah is advancing against Egypt, riding on a swift cloud. The idols of Egypt tremble. The hearts of the Egyptians melt with fear. I will make Egyptian fight against Egyptian. Yo, that's what they're doing right here in Babylon. Look at all this going on, you know, with the ice and everything. These people fighting against each other. And what it says in Matthew, man, a house divided cannot stand. So with all this madness going on in the streets right now, and they shut down the government, that's going to bring in civil wars. They're not going to regard the princes. You got a glimpse of this. I'm telling you, with Trump's when he was going out the first time, you know, when he was going out of office the first time, his first term, and Sleepy Joe took over, you know, and they had that insurrection down there. You think that's not going to happen again? You got to pay attention to what they're doing, man. They're putting it right in your face. All right. Isaiah 19 and 2, it says, I will make Egyptian fight against Egyptian, brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against city, and province against province, right? That's what you're seeing right now. You know? Everything is going against each other right now, you know? Eventually, if like I said, it's gonna hit the fan and collapse. All right. This is Isaiah 19 and 1 in the KJV. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth on a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Like I said, fear. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight against Salak, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right. So, if that shut down, and you already see it starting, what do they want? Order out of chaos. Like the man mentioned in that video, he mentioned the MOTB, but he was scared to say it. I'm going to play it again at the end of the video, Lord's willing. But he kept saying, he's scared to say it, man. But guess what? It's coming, man. You've been warned about this, man. Prophesied about. You know, like I said, we're still in January. What's the day? January the 29th, I think. January the 29th, man. Thursday, January 29th, man. And look at all hell breaking loose here in Babylon, man. You know? So let's go here. We going to go to I got to get to the Apocrypha. We're going to grab Second Ezra's. And that's why, you know, DJ Trump, Nero, he's threatening to not impose, but to bring out the Insurrection Act. All right, this is why. Go Second Ezra's 15 and 14. Sorry, verse 14. Second Ezra chapter 15 and start of verse 14. Hold on, I'll tell you. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. Come. This is our Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and the sword in their hands." And yo, when you go to these protests, like, all right, thinking back to this when Palestine, all that started like that. You had Palestine going against what? Israel, the Israelis or whatever. And it got violent, even down there at the what's that? Drexel, the college, Penn, University of Penn. You know, then like a lot of like Elon Musk went to that school, Donald Trump went to that school. You know, a lot of important people you would say higher ups in this society went to that college, man. You know, it's a top dog school up there with Harvard. They all in cahoots, man. You know, however you put it. But you know, lost my train of thought, man. Oh no, Salaki, that's what I was saying. But they was protesting, but they was going against each other and they got violent. Like these people really care about their so-called countries and everything. They're die for that shit, man. You know, but the Lord is putting the spirit in them, you know, to do all this. And if this government shuts down, you know, it's going to be no holds barred. All right, I said no holds barred whatsoever. All right. Salaki, I'm trying to find something. All right, never mind. But the people like they're getting angry with the things that are going on, man. You know, and the Lord is, like I said, He's bringing it together. So let's read this again. It's 2 Ezra chapter 14, Salaki 15 verse 14, starting at verse 14. "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." And they got weapons and all that, man. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men," and that's what I was telling you about Trump. He's threatening not the Sedition Act, the Insurrection Act. That's what he wants to bring. He's threatening to put that, and this is the reason why, man. Because what's going on? Like I said, they're all creating a narrative so they could do these things. All right, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men," tension. It says, "in invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor their princes." So the government said, and they're not thinking about them. Look what they're doing now. Like Trump, he sent ICE out, right? That's supposed to be a federal agency. They're not regarding what they're saying. You know, they're going at them. So that the government shut down, that's it's going to get real violent after that. All right, it says, "in invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the courses of their actions shall stand in their power." That's the point. It shall stand in their power, meaning they're going to take actions in their own hands. What they say, he took the law into his own hands. That's what they about to do, man. It says, "a man shall desire to go into a city." Now, this is talking about martial law. That's what I'm going to put on there, too. Martial law is going ushering martial law as well. Once you got everything haywire, and they're going to call in martial law, and all your rights and everything is done away with, man. You don't have no rights at that point. They could do whatever the hell they want. That's why you got ICE, and they playing it like, oh, you just rights, whatever. They've been chipping away away from them for a long time, and you dummies ain't never see it, you know. And now you trying to get the courts like, oh, let's just get the courts because ICE and matter of fact, I think they're supposed to have a court hearing or something like that. And they're asking why people are being detained without the proper procedures, so to speak, with that comes with Babylon. Why? Because you don't have no rights. You just don't know it. It's like they about to shut the free speech up. We ain't gonna be on here too much longer, you know. But while we're here, we're gonna keep talking. All right. It says, "For there shall be sedition," 2 Ezra 15 and 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, all right, it said, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right, hey, shalom, bro. Yabashim Ashai, Bashim Chakadas Barakatah. But yeah, it said, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right, so you seeing that now with all this protesting. Even you got this dude, I forgot his effing name, but that fake Black Panther nigga that's here in Philly trying to rile people up and all that. But it just was an instance with them where the Black Panthers basically denounced them, so they can't even call themselves Black Panthers no more. And they made them make a video. They changed their name to Black Lions, you know, because what they doing, that's the right name for them, Black Lions. I understand it's the animal line, but what they're doing is lying to the people, basically. That's the perfect name for them, Black Lions, because black is without color, and lion, they lying, you know? So them niggas, and all they trying to do, they're going to be the ones to run with this second as was talking about. Swords in their hand, not regarding this, going in, you know, and they tell, oh, we're here to protect the people. You can't protect the people, man. That's not your job. That's your Habashim Shah Bashim Chakwadas's job. And he's going to protect whoever fears him, man. All right? Like I said, with this whole thing shutting down, when it does, I believe it's not going to come back up. Why? Because they have to usher in the MOT to the B before World War III fully hits, man. It's already here, but it's just the stages, the chess pieces are being moved on the board. And that's what the Lord is doing, right? Well, check this out. Let's go to Second Ezra. Staying in Second Ezra, we're going to go to 16, though. Second Ezra 16 and 21. Sorry, verse 21. All right? And this is another thing, all right? It says, Second Ezra 16 and 21, it says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Because it's a lot of confusion going on right now, man. You know, the people, their minds are bugged out. When they took that thing, that jump shot, that yakada, as I call it, when they took that, they changed they basically changed their, you know, the code of their DNA and all that, man. I'm not a doctor, so don't try to block my video. It's just information, all right? But they changed their code, so when they hit that switch, these people gonna bug out, man. Matter of fact, you gotta watch this movie. It's an older movie. I think it's like 2017, 2018, if I'm not mistaken. But it's called The Cell. And when the phone rang, like it was a code that they put out. And I'm thinking about all these 5G towers and everything that they have now. So when they hit that switch, the people started going crazy. I'm like bugging out, man. You know, so they was controlling that. Same thing with this. So check it out. We're going to read this again. Second Ezra chapter 16 and 21. This was, and like the people thinking, because a lot of stuff got cheaper, whatever. But the people, they thinking that themselves is cool, man. You're not. Second Ezra 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, even so like upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good cause and good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth, and this is the point right here, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. All right. So when this government shuts down and it's all the civil war going on out here, a lot of people is numbered for that, man. The number for the sword. That's why, like it says, a prudent man foresees the evil. And what he do? Go hide himself. So you're hearing about this, and the people are warning. But the man on this video, he had some type of sense, man. You know, he said, stay your ass in the house. You know, you don't got to go out there joining these protesters. And a lot of these protesters are fucking agents anyway, set up to rile the people up. You know, it's the year for their exposure. And they being exposed, man. You know, you just got to have that discernment and that spiritual eye and that wisdom, you know, to move and move accordingly, according to the scriptures. All right. So let's go here. We're gonna go to that dude, he saw that he ain't want to say the MOTB, but he kept whispering it. All right, we're going to go to Isaiah, the prophet, the book of the prophet Isaiah, starting at verse 3, chapter 3, starting at verse 1. All right. According to Civil War, MOTB, you know. All right. Once again, it says, I think we just brought this up. Let me check. In the last video. But anyway, the Spirit always brings stuff out twice. So, was it? Nope. No, it wasn't. All right, come. It says a message to Egypt, which, like I said, this is America. Was that song from what was it? Childish Gambino, This Is America. Look at everything that was happening in that video and tell me if it's not happening right now. Come on, man. People got insight. And and not only just that, everything that happened in that video, then this is Palestine. All the places that's getting raided and all that now. And everything that was going on in their videos is happening right now. They was letting you know what was coming. Esau got to warn you before they do some bullshit too. All right. But this government shutdown with everything going on right now, can it usher in martial law, civil war? Yes, it just very well can. All right. Because everything is haywire right now, man. And the people are angry. You got the people MAGA. It's talking, oh man, I feel bad. I'm mad that I voted for him. It's like, the people, and that's showing you how the people are. They mad. They shouldn't. First of all, you never trust these people, man. But with our people, you're not supposed to vote another man over you that's not your brother. A lot of you, the Latin tribes, you northern tribes, y'all voted for this guy, loving him. Now look what he's doing. Hey, man. Isaiah 19:1, it says, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud. We did bring this out last video. Anyways, we're going to do it again. Yahweh rideth on a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom, kingdom against kingdom. Verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail. See that? And the spirit of Egypt shall fail. Why? Because the government going to shut down, right? Hey, Shalom, Magan, Yahabashim, Shai, Chagadas, Brakatah. All right, so it says the spirit of Egypt shall fail. So the spirit of Egypt is what that bond is. Everybody was scared of it. Oh, we can't go against our governments, and they love us. They care about us. Well, you're finding out that they never did, man. So that's going to make the people angry. Not that controlling spirit that Babylon has is going to be stripped away from them. Why? Because the Lord is going to do it. Hey, Shalom, y'all. Shapar, y'all. Bong bong. My guy right there. But yeah, so the Lord, what I'm saying is he's gonna make this place fail. So they don't have that same they don't have that same power, so to speak, or that control over the people anymore. That mind control is gone. That's what the word government means anyway. Govern is control. Ment is your mental, your mind. They're losing control. They're losing their power, man. So of course they got to shut down to bring in straight havoc so they can come and just do whatever they want to think that they're going to put everything back in perspective. But this could, Lord's willing, we hope this is it right here. All right. So back in Isaiah 19:3, it says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. You see that? The counsel. Who's your counsel? Those higher ups, man. The ones making the decisions for you. And they think, Salaki, and they shall seek to the idols and the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And that's the same thing that Saul did, man. When he went to that familiar spirit, that woman, she looked at him like, whoa, who do you want me to summon? And he snuck. Saul snuck in there, tried to disguise himself. So she wouldn't know, because if she knew it was Saul, she wasn't going to do it. But when she knew it was Saul, when he asked for her to bring back the spirit of the prophet Samuel. So now when that happened, she got scared. She was like, oh, no, Saul, like, you crazy, you tripping, But he still got it done. But for that, it was a consequence. And what happened with that? When Saul did all that, did not he fall on his sword because he was told what was going to happen to him? And Samuel told him, like, yo, why you wake me up on my rest, man? I'm chilling. You got me here for this bullshit, like basically. Like, but hey, man, but he ended up his children died, and he fell on the sword, and that's an example. So what the hell you think what happened to Babylon for trusting in these charmers? They've been doing that for a long time. These spirits are lying to them. All right, piping them up to get. What they say, punks jump up to get beat down. They piping them up to get beat down by Yahweh Hashem outside. No, but and that's why they go into these sorcerers and wizards. Check it out. It says, and the Egyptians will I give over to the hand of the cruel Lord. Damn. Yo, hold up. I gotta read this in the NLT. It's locked. I'm gonna read this right now. It says the cruel Lord. All right. Here we go.
Strong's H113. Adon.
All right, and that's for the Lord, cruel Lord, the Lord, right? It says firm, strong, Lord, Master, reference to men. Superintendent of household of affairs, Master King, reference to God, the Lord, power, Lord of the whole earth. Lord's kings, reference to men. So the crew, and who is ruling right now? Yo, Trump is a fucking, listen, this guy is he vicious, man. He wants to wreak complete havoc on you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The cruel Lord. And you about to see. That's why he's letting you get all hype. So send them out there, let them do whatever. Yeah, we're gonna have one day when they run down on everything. That's that civil war, man. All right. Once they shut this government, when the government shut down, they think they could do whatever the hell they want, and they're going to do whatever the hell they want to do. Who's going to stop them? The government shut down. Why? Because they can't agree with each other, man. It's going to cause havoc, man. Watch, check it out. Isaiah 19:4 says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and the fierce king shall rule over them. Saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Yahweh of hosts, and the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall be wasted and dried up." So, hey, this government said, "No, that's the Lord showing you. He's slowing it up here. He's slowing up their speed. Like, yo, pipe down, buddy. Telling these niggas pipe down. Because why? You're doing too much. The Lord is actually showing them who's in control. He's the one pulling the pieces, man. The strings. The Lord is shutting down their government. They not shutting it down. Check it out. This is Isaiah 19:1. I'm gonna read it in the NLT 1-5. It says that this message came to me concerning Egypt. Look, the Lord is advancing against Egypt, riding on a swift cloud. The idols of Egypt tremble. The hearts of the Egyptians melt with fear. I will make the Egyptian fight against the Egyptian, brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against city, province against province. The Egyptians will lose heart. See that? The Egyptians will lose heart, and I will confuse their plans. See that? He will confuse their plans. They will plead with their idols for wisdom and call on spirits, mediums, and those who consult the spirits of the dead. See? Oh my God. I told you that's the same thing Saul did. And you see what happened with him? He ended up falling on his sword in battle. He heard his children die, his sons. It said, I will hand Egypt over to the hard, cruel master. A fierce king will rule them, says Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Yahweh of armies. The waters of the Nile will fail to rise, and the floods and flood the fields. The riverbed will be parched and dry. So that's telling you about famine and all that, man. Coming right here to Babylon, man. When they shut this, I'm telling you, when they shut this thing down, it's not coming back up. I pray it don't. We trying to get the hell up out of here. This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 1. All right. In the NLT. It says, look, Yahweh is about to destroy the earth and make it a vast wasteland. He devastates the surface of the earth and scatters the people. And no, these people, I'm telling you, look at them. Just look at them. Pay attention. Pay attention to your news, right? Matter of fact, we read this in the last video, but I'm gonna read it again because it's still going with what we're talking about. All right, it pertains. All right, it says priests. It says priests and lay people, servants and masters, maids and mistresses, buyers and sellers, lenders and borrowers, bankers and debtors. None will be spared. All right, so when I'm telling you, when they shut down, that people are going to start running into everything. You saw what happened with what was that? The last little thing when they basically bought out the tanks and everything here in Philly. Well, it was a lot of people. I know down Kensington they had them. They was looting. I think it was when somebody got killed or something, and they just started looting everything, man. But that was set up, you know. All that was set up too, because they got insiders. They knew what places was going to get hit, you know, and the people knew before, you know, before a lot of people. Check this out. Let's go here to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 51:7. All right. Because this place, that's why the Lord has shut it down, because for a long time it's been top dog, basically. You know, they've been top dog. But they say everything what goes up must come down, you know, and Babylon must come down. And on top of that, now you see what's going on, right? So they shut down the government. Now this place is we just say it's weak. It's at a weak point because they can't come to agreement on anything. That's why they keep shutting down. This government has been shut down in the past couple of years more than I've heard in my whole life, man. You know, and I'm not a young man. I'll tell you that. I'm getting up there. But man, I'm telling you, this they've been shut down. What it tell Book of Matthew, where Yahweh shall tell you. He said, if Satan fight against Satan, if Satan be against Satan, his kingdom shall not stand. Look what they doing. Egyptian versus Egyptian. They doing it right now. So how the hell you think this place is going to stand? Anyway, it's Jeremiah 51:7 in the NLT. It says Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh's hand. See, that's how I know he's controlling it. It said a cup that made the whole earth drunk. Now the nations are going to get angry at this place, man. It says the nations drank Babylon's wines. Damn. It says and drove them mad, and drove them all mad, man. They're not themselves, man. You know that commercial, that Snickers commercial, and the people start he be like, give him a Snickers, he calm down, he be like, yo, you're not yourself if you're not eating the Snickers. So these nations are mad. They're out their mind, mad. Like they say over there, overseas, like Benji, you know, just Jake. Benji, are you mad? Are you mad? Man, get you out your mind. That's what our Babylon did. So the nations are angry too, as well as mad. They're mad. They bugged out their mind, but they're angry because they like, yo, how we let these fools take us off our square? We listen to them. All the nations throughout the whole world, man. You know, Babylon has deceived them. So guess what? They gunning for this place. That government shuts down, man. It's nothing good going to happen out of that, man. And it's going to, furthermore, every day it's going to accumulate debt even more and more and more and more. It's going to collapse the dollar, which the dollar bill really don't hold no weight now anyway. Like I said, civil war, martial law, you know, civil unrest, sedition amongst men, insurrection, and all these things, man. You know, so brace for impact. All right. So let's go. Where we at? Let's go here. Revelations 18:8. Again, Revelation 18:8, because it's going to happen in one day. One day. It's like one day you're going to wake up, oh, the government shut down. Oh, shit. Everything. It always happens like that, man. Revelation 18:8, it says, therefore, these plagues will overtake her in a single day. Death, mourning, and famine. Death, mourning, and famine. She will completely be consumed by fire. This is the ultimate play. She'll be completely consumed by fire for Yahweh Bashem outside power, who judges her as mighty. All right, but in the midst of all this, them shutting down and showing their weakness, and these other nations are watching like, okay, I see them. They were just waiting for the strike, and they're waiting for the Lord to tell them to strike. The Lord, I'm telling you, the Lord is in control of all this. But with this government shutdown, I'm telling you, it's going to bring in a whole bunch. And that man, he mentioned the MOTB in that video. He kept saying it. He said it multiple times, meaning he been watching, right? He said the MOTB is coming, all right? That's inevitable, And with this shutdown, it's going to bring, because they're going to want to track every single body, man, So let's all go here. Got a couple more. We'll get up out of here. This is Micah, the book of the prophet Micah. The beloved prophet Micah, 7:3. All right. This is Micah chapter 7:3 in the NLT. It says, both their hands are equally skilled to do evil. Officials and judges alike demand bribes, and it's another reason why they can't get along, because this system is corrupt. That's why you should never trust it anyway. They lie to you. They just like, look what Nero, DJ Trump just did. Stole all that oil from Venezuela, then locked up the president. And that was an evil thing, man. That was a wicked thing, because he stole it. And they got that video going around viral, him acting like, well, it's just Tekashi 6ix9ine voice talking about, y'all stole that shit. That's what I do, nigga. I stole that shit. Well, yeah, because you're a fucking robber. You're a thief. That's what your nation is all about, man. This right here. So the Micah 7:3 in the NLT. All right. It says both their hands are equally skilled for doing evil, at doing evil. Officials and judges alike demand bribes. The people will influence, Salaka, the people with influence get what they want. Their money. That's why Esau always say, money talk, bullshit walks, money talks. Every man has a price. Well, not the elect. They don't. Their price, they already been bought, so you can't get off on nothing. They know what time it is, man. All right. It says the people with influence get what they want, and together they scheme to twist justice. That's why this shit is falling. Right there. That's why this shit is falling right now. And so that's why it's falling right now, because look at everything you do. Everything's corrupted. So that's called a system. But they're the most corrupt. But they got the nerve to set up laws to come against the people. And the same laws that they're making, they're breaking them, man. The people are seeing that. So I'm saying, when this shut down, just pay attention. You've been warned, and watch what happens. All right. That's the last scripture. You're going to go to the book of Hosea, the prophet Hosea. And I'm going to play the video again, and I'm going to get up out of here. Hosea chapter 4, the beloved prophet Hosea 4, chapter 4, we're going to start at verse 1. In the NLT, it says, hear the word of Yahweh, O people of Israel, Yasharallah. Yahweh hath brought charges against you, saying, there is no faithfulness, no kindness, no knowledge of the Most High in your land. Well, damn. It said you make vows and break them. You kill and you steal, and commit adultery. There is violence everywhere. One murderer after another. No, one murder after another. And look at here in Philadelphia. How many of these, not even just Philadelphia, any urban hood you go to in Babylon, you niggas is killing each other, man. Because you're fucking retarded, man. And guess what? That's why all this stuff to set up, the Lord ordained it. This is his vengeance, and you're going to be taken away in that. Once this thing shuts down, watch. Anyway, I'm going to play this video, and I'm going to get up here. Like I said, Lord's willing, this was edifying. But this is what the man was saying in the video. Check it out.
It seems more than likely that a government shutdown is getting ready to happen. And I'm going to tell you this right now, right here, before any fucking one else. It's going to get chaotic. In the process of that government shutdown being shut down, we practically basically headed into a fucking civil war.
That's right.
All these protesters, all these strikes that's going on, I'ma say this right now. Stay your ass inside.
That was smart.
Don't think about going out. Don't think about getting in the fucking protests. Your ass gonna get got.
That's right.
It's going to be fucking hell in Minnesota, if not as it is already. It's already fucking hell. And the last thing you want to do right now is shut down. We headed into a whole new world order. And I'm gonna say this right now. The mark of the beast is coming.
He's scared to say.
Yeah, it's coming. Donald Trump just recently said that he will be sending Tom Homan over there to deal with everything that is going over there with the people, ICE, over there in Minnesota. Something that many and most people don't believe, don't want to hear, don't want to know. We in that end time. We in that time we never thought we would get to see, get to be a part of, and get to witness happen or occur. Not to mention Jaguar Wright just had an interview, and she told us we are living in the end time. And she said the mark of the beast will come from Elon Musk. With everything going on, everything is about to hit the fan, and shit is about to collapse. Whether you like it or not.
That's right.
It seems
Good.
more
Matter of
like
fact, since that, I'm gonna bring this last scripture out. And classic, we always bring out a Kent. You know, that's how we always close Kent here at the Church of Philadelphia. It's the book of Revelations, chapter 13. It's kind of verse 16. I'm gonna read this in the NLT too. All right. Man, he said the beast. Dude was scared to say it, man. I understand, you know, but that's how you know we haven't been lying to you, right? Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. In the NLT, it says, he required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, free and slave, all right, to be given a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads. And guess what? Elon Musk, what he got? The Neuralink. You know, he's heavy on that. He's pushing it. All right. You got these tattoo artists. They know how to insert it in you. You know, but everything. That's why we're supposed to make no cuttings in your flesh. What you doing? You get a tattoo, and I got them, so I'm guilty. That's making a cut in your flesh. You know, it's because that needle's going underneath of your skin, man. It's causing a wound and putting ink in you, man. That's a cut in the flesh, but they're actually going to put that thing in you, the C hip, man, or the C hip. They're going to put it inside you. All right. And they're trying to play the miracles like they're the most high. All right. Anyway, it says verse 17. It says that no man could buy or sell anything without that mark, meaning you belong to them because this is their system. You got to be a part of their system. You know, it's going to get chaotic because a lot of people going to get their heads get beheaded, you know, mass death, man. Yo, this year, hey, the people that was out there telling me, oh, my New Year's resolution, this is going to be my year. The best year I ever had. Okay, well, you keep thinking that, man, because ever since, you know, going back to what? When the C-19 hit and everybody shit got haywire, you know? And you couldn't even go in the stores. They was just showing you what they're about to do, like they always do. Anyway, it says, no one could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name, which is Kasai Stigma 666. All right. You know, it says, wisdom is needed here. And yo, that's funny because a lot of these niggas, these other camps and all that, they still can't even get this. And this is one of the last prophecies, man, before all chaos comes, man. That's what we're waiting for, man. We're waiting for this to be mandatory, man. We want this, man. So we get the hell out of here, man. And this place could just crumble, man. It says, wisdom is needed here. Let the one with understanding solve the meaning of the number of the Salakia, of the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man. His number is 666. Kasai Stigma, man. All right. So hey, man, this government shutdown could bring a civil war and the MOT to the B, man, and World War III, man. You know? So, and it's going to happen soon, man. Sooner or later. So, Lord's willing, this was edifying. You got something out of it. So, the next lesson, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaRachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. To the next lesson, I'm going to say Mawafa Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.